Welcome to Happy Hour episode 6 with Erin Farrell Speer.
Hi.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Erin is an actress and teacher, among other things, so we're going to talk to her today about that. How did you get into performing?
I was a dancer. I started as a dancer, and my mom says that the story goes that I was 2 years old and I walked into her bedroom and I was like, I'm gonna be a ballerina. And she was like, what? So she took me to a dance studio and the teacher was like, and I did the same thing. I walked up to her and I was like, I'm gonna be a ballerina. And the teacher was like, how old are you? And I was like, and she said that she looked down at me and was like, well, you can come back when you're 3. And it was on my 3rd birthday. I was in there in my tutu, like ready to go. And I was the 3-year-old that's serious. And I can tell you that I know what a 3-year-old that's serious looks like as opposed to the ones that are crazy. And I was the really good one that was like, I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do because I'm going to be a ballerina. So it started with dance. And I didn't have the turnout because ballerinas have to have the turnout. So at the age when a lot of the people that I was that I was training with went off into like pre-professional training programs, I didn't have the turnout to do it. So I started, I was dancing like on my high school dance team and doing all of this other stuff. And I kind of fell into doing choreography for the High School Musical. It was very exciting. Once Upon a Mattress. And I met my best friend doing that, and she's still my best friend, which is really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, and she met her husband on that show too, because they were high school sweethearts and they're still married. So it was a very special project.
Sweet.
Sometimes High School Musicals can change people's lives, guys.
What's your friend's name again?
Solange.
Shout out to Solange.
Shout out to Solange. Hi,
You
Solange.
are awesome.
So we were doing this High School Musical, and I was sitting there doing some of the choreography, and I watched a rehearsal one day, and I was like, I could do that, which is maybe not the best way to, and it ended up being kind of the love of my life, was moving into acting. So from there, it just kind of blossomed into performing. Yeah. So my love of dance kind of led me to where I'm at today.
Skinny jeans. God, I want a burger. Oh, a juicy one. And can I get some French fries in here? No. Skinny jeans.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Garrett, you need to stay out of the way. We don't know what's in that room, okay?
You gotta tell me twice. Go up there. Please don't do this.
I'm going to stay with my mom for a while. I need to breathe.
Don't leave. I just need a little more time.
It has always been about you, but what about me?
What?
I need comfort and support, and without it, I think you'll be the death of me. I didn't mean to. I'll call you.
I am interviewing Erin here from Torrance, California, which is just south of LA, at her parents' house. And Erin actually lives in Florida now.
Yes.
So I was gonna ask her what she thinks about acting in LA versus acting in Florida.
Yes. Okay. So LA, when I graduated with my BFA in acting, I worked at regional theaters around the country and eventually ended up back here. And that's when you end up in the commercial market, really, to get started. It's the easiest way to kind of get your foot in the door, unless you are like incredibly beautiful or very special, very unique. You have to have like something very special, and I am, let's be honest, a white girl, and there's a lot of us running around in this town.
It's true.
It's very true, you know. I mean, Caitlin and I look like we could probably be sisters, so yeah, exactly. And so in this market, if you do good work, eventually you start getting put on hold and you get called back and stuff like that, and then you either book the job or not, but the bookings are fewer and farther between. until you hit a certain level and you start booking a lot more, and the casting directors know who you are and things like that. So I found that I was having a lot of like small successes here as far as knowing that I was doing good work and having that validated by callbacks, holds, things like that. But I wasn't booking as much as I would like out here. And I think too, part of it is the cost of living. So it makes it harder to constantly just drop everything and go to an audition when you have to pay
spend more time actually
working to pay your
work
bills.
to support your other work.
Yes, exactly. Out here, yes. So when we made the jump to Florida, for some family reasons, my husband and I ended up going into the commercial market out there, and coming from a market that's as competitive as this one is, where you have to have the skills and you have to be in class and you have to know what you're doing, to a market like that where it's kind of a starter market, I was able to hit the ground running really fast. And my bookings have gone up exponentially. I've worked more and booked more work in Florida than I ever did here in California. And this is my hometown. This is actually where I was born and raised. So I found, and part of it is who's in the market, right? Like I said, it's kind of a starter market, and people then go from Florida to New York or Los Angeles or maybe to Chicago. Most of them come to LA though, or they're just getting started. That's really all it is. And so, and it's a very, the market in Florida is very family based. They shoot a lot of like family spots there. So I'm right in the right age group now because I'm in the mom category. So I kind of landed there at the right age with the right look, because they like women with dark hair that could be kind of ethnically ambiguous is what they call us. Even though it's obvious that I'm highly Caucasian.
I mean, you could maybe pass for like Cuban or something,
or Argentinian, because they're pretty fair. But yeah, it's kind of they like to think that you swing to other markets when you've got dark hair, dark eyes. So part of it is just being in the right place at the right time. And part of it is coming from a big market to a small market where you really know how to kind of compete. And there's not as many casting directors, so it's been much easier for me to build relationships with those offices. They know who I am when I walk in the door now, and they ask for me specifically for certain projects. They're like, we want to see her. So that's been really awesome, and that didn't happen for me out here. So
awesome.
Yeah.
What are you working on now? Do you have anything in particular, like personal stuff or upcoming commercials that are going to air?
Well, right now I do have a Bud Light commercial running right now with Jimmy Johnson. Very fun.
Nice.
So look for it. Bud Light, Jimmy Johnson. And I have a couple other spots that are running that are regional around the country.
Susan, isn't that our new 17-inch Acer laptop? Yes. No, isn't that our awesome Whirlpool dishwasher? Yes. Dishes are like, no, isn't that our side-by-side Maytag refrigerator? It's a little treat for myself.
I'd like to treat myself.
Take it from us. At Buddy's, you'll find an all-star selection, competitive pricing, and MVP service.
My big project right now is really working on this grad school thing. So I kind of have turned it.
That's time-consuming.
It is.
Applications, interviews, prepping for interviews.
Yes, exactly. So I've been running around the country a lot doing that, and I think, and I've turned down some work because of that. And this time has been a lot about, I have some health issues that are going on, and I'm really kind of working on those and trying to get the grad school application done, work on my health, and kind of try to keep working as an actor. So I'm not producing, I don't have anything special happening right now, but I am in an indie film that just got picked up for distribution. Woo! Yes.
What's it called?
It's called The Breaking Point.
The Breaking Point.
The Breaking Point.
We'll have to
And
check that
I
out.
play an older woman, I'm all aged up, who gets murdered.
This is for you. And this right here is for you.
I don't know what we'd do without you, Brenda.
Don't give up. Bye.
Yeah, whatever.
Give me money. Give me money.
No.
Give me money.
I remember. Okay. So what's been like your most challenging project, and how did you get through that?
Okay. Oh, geez. There's a couple.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So
You can tell a couple stories.
Okay. Well, I was when I was in high school. I mean, not in high school. When I was in college at the University of Michigan, I decided that I was going to
Wolverines.
take. Yeah, Wolverines go blue. We have a new coach today. Woo!
Yeah.
Yay! We love it. It happened today, just before you came. I'm so excited. I petitioned to take my junior year off of acting so that I could just direct. And I wanted to direct. There's a program on campus that does like a funded production. They do a musical every semester, and they had asked me to direct for them in the fall, and I was like, I want to do it. So they gave me permission. The department gave me permission not to audition and to be able to direct this thing. And so we decided that we wanted to do a project that we felt like the African Americans on campus were really underrepresented, and for a school that's that close to Detroit, that's really kind of not acceptable. No. So we wanted to do a story that kind of showcased the talent on campus, and that was kind of a local story too. So we decided to do Dreamgirls,
cool.
which is kind of a Motown story in Detroit. And everybody told me I was crazy, and that there was not going to be the talent for it, and that we couldn't do it on a budget or whatever. And so we ended up getting extra funding from the university because of what we were doing. And we got the Black Student Union involved and the Michigan Gospel Chorale, and we had this incredible cast. And the cool thing is that this cast, they're all working Broadway actors now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's a massive show, and my choreographer got really sick and ended up in the hospital and wasn't able to finish the project, and it was just like it was a crazy project, and it was highly stressful, and there were times that I was like, I'm not going to finish this thing, like, how are we going to do this, like, we are crazy, they told me I was crazy, they were totally right. And I think that in those times you just find something in yourself and you just buckle down, you know, and you're like, you take everything like 5 minutes at a time instead of like looking, because if you look at the whole of the project, you're like,
too much.
Where do I start? You know, and you can just start with what's right in front of you and just take it five minutes at a time, or just a little bite. Like, I'm going to accomplish this, and then I'm going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then eventually the show opens and it sells out, and everybody's excited about it, and it ends up being like a very important moment in your professional life, you know, where you realize that you can accomplish everything. And I mean, you're working at the collegiate level, so there are definitely things that I would change and do different, and it's been 10 years since that project, but in my head, the fact that I accomplished that kind of makes you feel like you can do anything. Totally. You're like, well, this project would be easier simply because of X, Y, and Z or whatever. So that's one.
Cool. What are you hoping for 2015?
Okay, 2015, I want to do some extra traveling. We travel a lot, and it's like the major priority in our lives. Like, beyond all of the professional stuff, like, my husband and I live for travel. So
They do. They go on awesome adventures.
Yeah, we do. We try to go on an awesome adventure every year. So we're looking and hoping to do one right if I get into graduate school right before, and take off for a couple of weeks for sure.
Cool.
And that could either look like South America or Australia or Asia.
Sweet.
We'll see. Or if the money isn't there, it could look like the Caribbean, and that would be okay too. So travel is number one for 2015. I think I really want to work on booking some extra work this spring, as a performer, as an actor, and especially now that I'm wrapping up my grad school process, I can make that number one priority again for a little while. Keep my agents happy. Thanks, agents.
We love you.
Yay, we love you. And I think personally, I'm health is number one too. Health is a really big thing, and when you're struggling with some things, like, I think that the more you take care of yourself, the better off you are. Obviously, but I think you kind of realize that health is a gift and that you have to work at it. So that is kind of the number one priority. And I'm just excited to be teaching college again this spring. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
And hopefully in the fall I'll be in grad school, which is crazy. It's crazy. I'm super excited about the possibility. I'm kind of stressed out about it too. I was like, am I really ready to do this?
I think you are. I'm gonna cheers you for that.
Thank you. Thanks, Galen.
It'll be good no matter what happens.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. I think that is it. So We'll see you next week, and cheers to everyone for your new year.
Yeah, cheers. Happy New Year. Happy
New Year.
2015. I hope it's awesome.